Hi, I'm Kenny. Welcome back. And I did a bit of a whoopsie and deleted some footage before I quite finished editing the thing, and then wiped my hard drives because of other things, and the footage is gone. So the footage in question was the first part of my D&D series. I started a new campaign with some friends, and that was the first part, like me met the characters and the introduction and everything else like that. So in here, I'm going to go through my notes, talk about the characters, which you will see here. There's 4 of them, and we're gonna kind of just talk about the the missing footage. So the name of the campaign is Quest to Find the Lost Pearls. I have 4 members. They are Ben, Nari, Zeus, and to begin with, we're going to ignore Oz for now, because to begin with, it was Monolith. We had the 4 of them. Ben is a changeling barbarian. Nari is a Kalistar warlock. Zeus is a Leonin bard rogue. And Monolith was a rock person monk. Ganassi, I think that was his race. He was a Ganassi monk. So, to start the campaign off, my players were on a boat heading to the Isle of Nori. So, and then we kind of talked about why they're all there. Ben was running away from some guards to get out of trouble. Got stuck on the boat, and then the boat left. Nari was heading to a lovely island because it has great scenery, and she is a painter and liked to check it out. Zeus likes to steal because of his rogue guild. Heard of the popular tourist attraction and decided it would be some easy gold to get to. Monolith, best friend of Nari, decided to go along with Nari to this island vacation, do some art, and spend some quality time together. So, my players ended up on the island. Ben stayed on the boat hiding, and Nari and Monolith went into town, and then they went to the local tavern called the Wolfroot Tavern, had some food, had some drinks, and then Zeus came off the boat and then kind of waited out in front of the tavern. Then eventually Ben transformed into one of the sailors on the boat, left the boat, went on to the island, changed back into her normal self, saw a crying girl, then decided she was going to turn around back, go through the back entrance, transform into a waiter or something, and sneak into the tavern. So then a crying girl walks into the tavern. Zeus notices and walks in behind her. And the little girl talks to the bartender. Her name is E. And she goes from table to table, looking for some group of adventurers that would help, or somebody that would help this little girl find her brother and sister. So, get things straight. For the month of October, when this was filmed, everything was Halloween themed. So, the little girl's name was Marnie, and her brother and sister that were lost were Dylan and Sophie. So they come around to Nari and Monolith's table, and they go, "Hey, this is Marnie. She lost her brother and sister on the edge of the forest. She thinks the monsters of the forest took her brother and sister, and she'd like somebody to go get them." Nari and Monolith were like, "Yeah, we can do that for sure. We'll help the little girl." Meantime, Zeus is at the bar, flirts with E, takes E upstairs, has some fun with her. Then Zeus comes down terrified with eyes shocked a werewolf, transformed mid-act and got her gold's worth out of it. Then, um, then, so, then Zeus tried to steal from a rich person next to him and got caught. Think if I remember correctly, he pointed either a rapier or a short sword at them. Zeus went on about stealing from the rich, giving to the gold. He winked at him and was going to like wrestle him around on the ground. Zeus did not comply, so then Nora comes out of the kitchen with a bow, shoots Zeus in the shoulder, and my players are all level 2 at the time. Shoots Zeus in the shoulder. E leans down, takes something from Zeus, and they lead him to the back with Nora. E returns the pouch back to the person, and then carries on with helping the little girl with Nari and Monolith. And then Bin is off watching this whole charade happening and sneaks out the back going, wants to go near the little girl because she's a child. Because Bin is a 9-year-old changeling barbarian. Yes, a child character. She's been role-playing it well. So, sneaks back out. Zeus sees the little girl and follows. So, you have Nari and Monolith that are heading to the scene of the crime, to where the little children were lost. And they take Marnie, so Marnie tells them that her grandma Aggie, the witch doctor, is in the forest and might be able to help them. So they take Marnie. They just go through the path to try to find the house. Zeus and so Bin is falling behind, and Zeus is falling behind Bin. So Nari and Monolith get to the house, to where Aggie opens the door for them and says, "I've been waiting for you. Come inside." And then she's looking at her cauldron, going around, going, "Oh, where are the other two? We're waiting on the other two. We're waiting on the other two." And then finally, she walks out into the forest, grabs the other two. One grabs Zeus by his ear, and Ben at the time had transformed into a giant Goliath because Zeus had like tried to sneak up on her. So then grabbed Ben by like the side and dragged him inside, saying, "I've been waiting for you two. Now introductions," and then speaks to all of them by their first name. They all gasp because how does this random old lady know all their names? And she goes, "Okay, I've been waiting for you. The world is in chaos. There is darkness going on. An evil Lord Cyanide has come and to wish darkness over the world. Clouds gather, curses begin. I need you to find 3 lost pearls that will lead you to Lord Cyanide and end his tyranny and bring back the joy and happiness in the world." So, also, I forgot to mention, the town they're in is called Halloween Town, and the mayor is Jack Skellington. So, just thought I should bring that up, because I just remembered it. Important information. Yeah, sorry. So then she goes on and on, and then looks in the crystal ball. It's like, yeah, there's a pearl on this island, deep in the forest, and then she sees 3 individuals around it. Like, or no, she saw a cave. With a cave is all she could see. Was like it's near this cave, and gives like a description of the area. Because this is where it's at. This is all my powers can let me see into. And then the party agrees, because Aggie will give them supplies, spell scrolls, books of knowledge, and they go, that's good enough. So they go off and find this cave entrance. It matches what Aki described to them. So they go walk into the cave, find a bubbling cauldron, a big spoon, which Ben takes, is now their main weapon. Because didn't quite get a gender on Ben, because changeling and decided to be whatever she wanted. So they took the big spoon, and that's their main weapon of choice. And they sneak up and look in the because there's like this little hut house in this cave. They look in the window and see 3 Bavarian witches inside with the 2 children. So what I believe happened... Alright, so I did not detail that very well. So, what happens is, I think the witches come out to perform their ritual, and the party sneaks up. Like, I believe Nari sneaks in, takes the children, and sneaks out. While the time Monolith, the Rock, Ganassi is like one-on-one fighting these 3 witches, whose names are Winifred, Sarah, and Mari, and takes them on, and they can like do nothing against him. Their spells are just like duds against him. Bad rolls on my part. What can you do? And then he's just taking all these hits and swinging and bashing. And then Zeus and Ben kind of like have like formed this like mentor and mentee relationship. Like Zeus will protect, like it goes, I'll protect the child no matter what. So Zeus is like protecting Ben at all costs, but so Monolith is like dealing it out, and then smacks around the witches. They knock over the cauldron, spews oozing liquid, and then under the cauldron the liquid reveals a bluish pearl that they pick up and take, thinking this might be what Aggie was talking about. So then they raid the house. Monolith takes some books on anatomy and other interesting things. Nari is on the search for spell scrolls. And they come across a cat, a black cat that talks named Binks. And they decide to take him with him. And so he will follow along with them wherever they go. So they return back to Aggie's little humble abode, give her the pearl, and she goes, yes, this is exactly what I was looking for, and we need 2 more of these. And then she goes, did you happen to find a book with an eye on it, full of dark magic? They said they didn't quite see it. So Monolith heads back, finds the book, brings it back to Aggie, goes, yes. With this book, I'll be able to return Binks back to his human form. The party's not totally okay with that, because they kind of like Binks as the talking cat he is. So I might just let him be the talking cat he is. And then she rewards them with 10 gold each, gives Nari 2 more spell scrolls, because she found 3 in the witch's lair. And Zeus borrows a book on Goblin. And then Monolith, I think, just grabbed an armful of books off the shelf going, I'll read these. And then from there, that's where they spend the night. And I believe that's everything that happened in that first session. So my level 2 party was like, kind of fought on witches, found a pearl, this thing that's supposed to be on this quest to do for this campaign, and returned, got some spoils, and we're like, okay, what's our next mission? But yes, Monolith we'll get into will happen in a later episode. Things happened in the campaign, but it was Bin, Nari, Monolith, and Zeus that started this campaign. I don't have a character sheet for Monolith anymore. My player took it off of D&D Beyond, so I don't have access to it anymore. But I just have these. But they all started off as level 2 because one of my players wanted to be a bard rogue. So I was like, okay, we'll start at level 2. You can multi-class. Everybody else decided to be they just want to be one thing. But that was the beginning of my second campaign I've ever DM'd. I've only been DMing since about March. I took over my last campaign. I took over for a friend, and then kind of did things, and then finished off. And then this one, it started off as it was going to be a side project of like, oh, when my players can't make it to a session, I have this backup that will do whoever's here will do this campaign. The other campaign, people started dropping like flies, so I kind of quickly got to the climax and the ending faster than I had planned. And then this one came up like, hey, you guys, the ones that remained, like, hey, we can grab one more person, and then you guys want to do a new campaign. And this is what we did. Quest to find the lost pearls. It was simple. It takes place in the old campaign. I created a map that's from the last campaign, so it's in the same world. So a lot of things were already fleshed out for me, except for the island is brand new because I just thought of that because that's where this campaign was supposed to be. It was supposed to take place on 3 islands, and you do trials and quests and dungeons because it was supposed to be a side quest campaign. Like, oh, okay, only 2 people showed up. Okay, we're gonna do the side quest today. Like, here, we're gonna do this for 3 hours, and then nothing you do will actually be canon, but it'll be fun. We'll do D&D. So then I was like, all right, I'll mix the 2 together, and then got the lore from my old campaign and mixed with this new stuff. Brought in a new villain. Thought of some how am I gonna get all these players to want to form together to start up a new campaign. So yes, this is my second campaign ever, the quest to find the lost pearls. And I think later this week or next week you'll see episode 2, which is the full footage of the second session. I edited it. I'll be posting the full footage of the session, so you'll see everything we do. And I hope you guys enjoy. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Catch you guys next time. Bye.